All the miracles that he performs, and he mentions this countless of times, are a testament to the power of God and not his own power. And this is defined as well within all the other prophets that came before him. Even if you look at Moses, Ezekiel, David, Elijah, Solomon, all of their miracles, they always gave the glorification to God.
That's not quite the case. When Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead, he does so by the power of the Father, but he does so that people would see who he himself was. When Jesus is worshiped by the blind man when he heals him in John chapter 9, Jesus does not refuse that worship. When the disciples worship him after his resurrection, he does not refuse that worship. There are numerous times where Jesus exercises divine power, not in contrast to the Father, ever. There's always perfect harmony. But there are numerous times when the exercise of that power is specifically intended to demonstrate who Jesus truly is in a way utterly unlike any of those prophets that were just mentioned. Let me give a challenge to the serious-minded Muslim in the audience. Take the words of Jesus when he says things like, come unto me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my burden upon you. See that it is like. Did Moses ever say anything like that? Solomon, David, did any of them say, come to me, bear my burden, be baptized in my name, bear my name? Did Moses ever say, I am the way, the truth, and the life? No one comes to the Father but by me? No. Nor could they, nor would they. Jesus says things. Now, he was a prophet, but not only a prophet. So Jesus says things that no other prophet could ever say because he's absolutely unique.
For instance, when Moses, peace and blessings be upon him, struck his staff and the sea separated, he didn't say, I did this in my own power. He said that I was inspired to do this by God, and this is a testament to his power. Now, this is not the only place within the Bible that this is mentioned. In the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 28, Jesus Christ, peace and blessings be upon him, also says that I, with the Spirit of God, cast out demons. In the book of Luke, chapter in verse 20, he says that I, with the finger of God, cast out demons. So whenever he performed a miracle, he said that I'm not doing this in my own power. It is a testament to the power that is flowing through me from God. And it's a testament to his might. And it's a testament to his glory.
And it's a testament to the absolute unity of the Father and the Son, because those same scriptures say that Jesus is the perfect representation of the Father in a way that no other prophet ever was. Did any other prophet said before Abraham was, I am? Did any other prophet allow themselves to be worshipped? In the book of Revelation, when John is shown tremendous things that are shortly to come to pass, he bows down and attempts to proskuneo, worship the angel that is shown in these things. And what does the angel say? Do not do that. I am the servant of God. Worship only God. And yet in that very same book, who is worshipped? He who sits upon the throne and the Lamb. Jesus is worshipped. He's called the Almighty God, the book of Revelation, for crying out loud. He's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the first and the last. So when Jesus is worshipped, it is true and full worship. Even when Jesus stood before the Jewish leaders at his trial in the book of Mark, he quotes from the book of Daniel, and he identifies himself as one who has people who worship him in the highest form of worship. And that's why the Jewish leaders tear their robes and say, blasphemy. So again, it's not uncommon. I get it. But if this person was a Christian, I would think that they would have been able to find, there are plenty of really books that address every single one of these objections and do so in a very consistent fashion, going into the background and exegesis and the original languages and all these things. I hope you understand if someone forwards this, and I would hope if someone does know who to forward it to, I would very much like this gentleman to see this response. But I'm just assuming, okay, all I can tell is through the use of the term revert, that you had been a convert. and that you said you were promulgating and teaching and believing the Trinity. So that's the only thing I can go on. And so when someone says they believed something and then they don't accurately represent it, I don't really have any reason to believe that they ever really believed it. And I'm consistent at this point. When people leave Islam, but then don't accurately represent Islam, I've got a track record of going, I don't think so. I would recommend you go back a few years to a guy named Ergen Cantor, who was making quite a name for himself as a former Muslim, but plainly did not understand Islam and was misrepresenting Islam. And we were one of those groups that exposed him. So I think I'm consistent at this point. And so I think the same thing needs to go the other direction. I'm sorry. I've watched enough episodes of The Dean Show where they've had quote unquote former Christians on that were just saying really absurd things about the Christian faith. And I'm just like, okay, that pushes me away. It doesn't draw me to, obviously. I want to hear someone who really knows what they're talking about. And that's why I appreciate certain Muslims with whom I have had dialogues who are either willing to learn and accurately represent, or if they're a former Christian, at least are accurate in their representation of what they say Christianity was. I think this is vitally important. It's just a matter of being truthful.